How would you rate your level of trust in the current government?
All right, so let's take a look at what the Jamaican people had to say. 50% and 52% respectively, indicating some measure of distrust in the Prime Minister and in his administration.
So
The slip is happening on the JLP
one
side.
Slips, one side stall.
One side slips.
That's not a slip, that's a slide.
One side is sliding and the other side is holding relatively firm at gaining the vote of 1 in 5 persons.
Robert Morgan, 50% of the Jamaican people do not trust Andrew Holness. That's bad news.
The people of this country deserve better, and too much things is happening, and nobody is saying anything. People need to be spoken to, not to be talking down to.
One of them real senses now. I got to talk up Andrew and think Andrew would have vote for and vote for Andrew and them thing for 7 years. What Andrew doing now? And president, man. The man of the liar, this thing, the man destroyed the economy in a one strike, brother.
Well, I have my ears on the ground, and many persons who supported the Jamaica Labour Party and Andrew Holness, I can tell they are disappointed. Their lives have become poor, and I can tell you that the response is that they will never vote for him again. It's either they do not vote entirely in the next election or they will vote for the PNP. So when I heard that the polls have shifted in favor of the PNP, I can tell you that's the reality I am hearing on the ground before the polls were even released. So because the Jamaica Labour Party is spiraling downwards in the polls, they have become very desperate. So they draw for the race card.
And that makes it even worse now. Because when them do that now, I'm about them. Yeah, man, we're about them more. Yeah, man. No racist thing on here.
Jamaicans have become matured. People are more interested in things that are affecting their lives. I don't think that will ever work. People are more interested in the economy, education, security, how they and their families can move forward and live a better lifestyle. I don't think this thing will ever work.
How are you, sir?
Yes, are you a teacher, ma'am?
Yes, I am.
How much money you getting for the month?
$30,000.
What you said?
$30,000.
Jesus, no, no, me have to go for me turban. 30 what?
Yes, sir, $30,000. We
Don't increase our say we have a fly away. Oh, one more time. Fly away. Oh, fly away. Oh, if they don't increase our say we have a fly away. Oh, one more time. Fly. Give us more. We do not want to take home coins. So, teacher time, teacher time. Nigel Clan walk here, we are dime. Teacher time, teacher time. Negotiation one more time. Teacher time, teacher time. Teachers are work hard on the front line. Teacher time, teacher time. Tell me now if this is not a crime. Give us some good make us sign. Yeah. Give us some good make us sign. Give us some good make us sign. Give us some good make us sign. Well on. Give us some good make us sign. Nobody in the party, nobody signed agreement. Nobody.
Minister Clark, what is really happening? Why this government faced so much public backlash from the civil servants? What caused the negotiations to have gone that bad? Minister.
Highly offensive. Political commentators are weighing in on Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clarke's mastermark comment, which caused chaos in Parliament on Tuesday. As we hear in this report, there are more calls for the minister to apologize. There has been outrage across sections of the society following comments by Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clarke, referring to opposition leader Mark Golding as, quote, mastermark, end quote. The comment led to a heated exchange between opposition member Dr. Angela Brown-Burke and the minister, who he called on to withdraw his remark. But that did not happen. Speaking on the morning agenda on Power 106 FM, political commentator Damien Gordon explained that the remark by Dr. Clarke dates back to the years of slavery.
Considering the fact that it was directed against a white politician in Jamaica, clearly in both intent and outcome, it was highly, highly offensive. Yes, and that kind of discourse has no place, especially in our parliament. I think politicians should use their influence on public platforms such as the parliament, which is a formal secret institution, to promote values that bring people together, not to incite, political, social, or racial tension of any side.
He further noted that the comment was uncalled for, especially because of what was being discussed at the time. Managing Director and Editor-in-Chief of the Western Mirror newspaper and political commentator Lloyd B. Smith describes Dr. Clarke's comment as unfortunate, suggesting that he should apologize to the House of Representatives.
Dr. Clarke had brought to the Parliament over these years as Minister of Finance a certain level of probity, decency, etc. And what he did yesterday shattered that image, because what it has done is to suggest that the partisan virus has infected him, and he has to rewind and come again. In fact, at the next sitting of the House, he ought to apologize.
Would you want anybody call you nigger or nigger? Nigel, tell me now, man. Nigel Clarke! Would you want anyone to call you nigger?
What Mr. Nigel Clarke said about the opposition leader is very disrespectful.
Okay.
Extremely disrespectful. First and foremost, you said something to the fact that it is very possible that he was referring to his family tree about slavery and slave ownership or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if Mr. Nigel Clarke thinks that there's stupid people out here, now I'm calling you from Canada, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And when I heard this, I was so upset. I wanted to look for a website where I could send them a message. Look, you need to let Mr. Nigel Clarke know that he needs to apologize to all Jamaicans, because we're not stupid, okay?
Based on the comments, basically, that was made yesterday, Nigel Clarke, the manner in which I looked at it, and the manner in which Jamaicans are treated in Jamaica by the private sector, by people coming into Jamaica, by the government, the way in which they are treated, and it's very inhumane.
Yeah.
The same way in which slaves are treated. So I don't know if you see where I'm going with this.
Yes,
the same way slaves are treated. They're treated inhumane, without compassion, as if they're almost not human.
Property.
Bought, sold, trafficked, whatever they want to be done with them. They're treated with cruel and unusual punishment.
Yeah, get there, Shirley.
Mm-hmm. Now, when the sitting government, Nigel, the opposition leader, mentioned that Mark was the master, called him Master Mark.
Master Mark.
Master Mark. Is this because he looked at Jamaicans as being slave? Do you consider Jamaicans to be slave? They cannot be a slave master without a slave. So if he is Master Mark, what are you implying? Are you implying that Jamaicans then are slaves?
No.
And I can't believe somebody who is in the government would make a statement like that. I'm not a PMP. I'm not a JLP. I really don't care. But you don't say extremely disrespectful and racist. Okay? So he's not the smartest guy on the block. Okay?
All
So
right.
that was
I want to know why Minister Nigel Clark took those hard political lines in the House yesterday. I want to ask Minister Nigel Clark, you remember how they behaved in the House yesterday? I want to know, Minister Nigel Clark, you called the leader of the opposition a master mark. What were you alluding to? Were you alluding to his paternal or his parental background, that he came from a line of slave owners? What were you alluding to when you said master mark? Just as how you alluded to him being a Bakra master. Nigel Clark.
Yes, so when I say everything will go on, I want to like up the video and share the video and subscribe. I want to ask you one question. One question I really want to ask you now. After you look at everything what you see here, do you think that this government have the people best interest at heart? No, I don't think so. I mean, no, only not think so neither. So after Nigel are doing budget presentation and I'm having budget presentation for the him end up to the point where him a write it in his speech for talk about Master Mark. We all know what you're making reference to, sir. It regards to some slave master. And in this modern day and age of 2023, Jamaica has put that behind us. And it is very sad and uncanny of you for you to do that. A lot of people expected better of you and you're just showing your true colors. It just goes to show that you guys are all jokers and Jamaica needs serious people for run them country and you guys are going to pay for this. A whole heap of people, including Funo, very own labor right, attack, I said them sorry them vote Funo, I wanna let them down. People would never have voted before, say them a vote, them no need no runner for come for them no need no taxi for come for them personally going to the polling station for voting out. So Jamaica had a big problem with the Prime Minister because they couldn't trust him. When you see the polls, 50 and 52% of Jamaicans do not trust the Prime Minister and our administration. That don't look good. Look upon Usain Bolt and him money. Look upon the problems and look upon the promises. 5% in 4 years, we don't see that. Them say we could have sleep with the windows and doors open. As a matter of fact, we are sleep with the doors them tight now and we are lock a window them tighter. Allow me I tell? Now we are lock a windows and doors tighter. Cornwall Regional for done. It don't done. We say it going cost 2 billion. Now it reach 8, it reach 10, me say it reach 14. Kingston Public Hospital don't have no CT, scan machine or MRI. Cornwall one not working. Money missing and so this one in a fraud, this one in a corruption. It is tricks they are playing. Tricks them are play. Tricks and games. Clark's tricks. Peanut Dread tricks. Publicitant trick. People tired of it. All tricks. Tricks are for kids. We need people who run the country, who think about the people. And once and for all, people say, so we don't care for them and we not go pay. Remember me telling you that. We not go pay. So people like the video, share the video with a friend. Make sure to share the video and make sure to subscribe. Because people tired of this government and people sure, say time come, they will go get them out. Yeah.
Hold it. 7 years now we give the work. And you want to come tell me after 7 years gone, so you just apply seed? You just apply seed after 7 years of getting the work. Well, pack your bags and go and make we give somebody else the work for you.
Nobody want to plant the corn. Everybody wants to rain.
Hold it.